Welcome back to the Healthy Aging channel. Today, I'll be your guide on a journey we're calling blueberries, the little purple gem for vibrant golden years. Have you ever found yourself pausing in the middle of life's hustle and asking, how can I keep my body strong, my mind sharp, and my heart full of energy as I step into my 60s, 70s, or even my 80s? After spending over 30 years working with older patients, I've come to realize a simple but powerful truth. Good health doesn't come from expensive medications. It comes from small, consistent choices we make every single day. And among those choices lies a tiny purple gem nature gave us, the blueberry. You've probably heard blueberries being called a superfood before, but they're not just a trendy buzzword. Inside each little berry is a treasure trove of anthocyanins, polyphenols, vitamin C, and fiber, nutrients that quietly but powerfully protect your brain, keeping your memory sharper, nourish your eyes, helping you maintain clear vision as the years pass. Support your heart, easing the strain from cholesterol and high blood pressure. Even give you younger-looking skin, a natural glow from within that no skincare product can replace. In this video, I want to take you on a journey to explore the amazing power of blueberries. Together we'll dive into 8 standout benefits of blueberries for those of us over 60. Foods you should pair and avoid pairing with blueberries so you don't accidentally cancel out their amazing effects. Smart, simple ways to boost the power of this tiny fruit in your daily routine. And of course, important tips to enjoy all these benefits safely without running into any health risks. Think of this as a chat between friends, not a lecture. I'm not here to teach you anything. I'm here to gently remind you of something we often forget. Aging is a gift, and blueberries, along with other small, thoughtful choices, can help you enjoy that gift to the fullest. Here are the incredible benefits of blueberries. Have you ever had this happen? You walk into the kitchen, open the fridge, and then completely forget what you came for. Or you start climbing the stairs, only to pause halfway up, wondering, wait, why am I even going upstairs? In my 30 years as a doctor, I've heard stories like this countless times. And you know what? The hardest part isn't seeing numbers on a medical chart. It's seeing the fear in someone's eyes. The fear of losing their memories, of forgetting the faces they love most. Take Margaret, for example. She's 68, a retired elementary school teacher. She adored children and she used to sing lullabies to her daughter every night. But one day, she sat in my office and said quietly, "Doctor, I'm scared. I'm scared of the day my granddaughter stands in front of me, and I don't recognize her." Have you ever felt a bit like Margaret? The brain is like a garden. When we're young, it's lush and full of life. But as the years pass, if we don't tend to it, weeds creep in, plants wither, and the pathways that lead to our memories slowly get overgrown. When Margaret came to me with worry in her eyes, I told her about a small purple friend of memory, the blueberry. Here's why blueberries are so powerful. Inside blueberries is a magical compound called anthocyanins, the pigment that gives them their deep blue-purple color. But it's more than just pretty. Anthocyanins act like tiny bodyguards for your brain cells. They boost blood flow to the brain, reduce inflammation, fight off free radicals, the silent attackers that damage neurons over time. A long-term Harvard study following over 16,000 older adults found something amazing. Those who ate blueberries at least twice a week kept their memories sharp for up to 2.5 years longer than those who didn't. Just 2 small handfuls a week, and you could hold on to your most precious memories. Margaret began every morning with a bowl of Greek yogurt topped with fresh blueberries and a sprinkle of walnuts. She treated it like watering her memory garden, a daily act of care. 6 months later, she walked back into my office. This time her smile was brighter. "Doctor, I remembered the lullaby I used to sing to my daughter, and now I sing it to my granddaughter." Her memory garden was coming alive again. She realized that brain health doesn't come from expensive pills. It starts with small, natural choices. So here's my question to you. Tomorrow morning, when you step into the kitchen, why not grab a handful of blueberries? Imagine each berry as a tiny seed you're planting in your memory garden. Are you ready to start today? Do you remember what it felt like to walk without even thinking about your legs? When every step felt light and joyful? Not a moment of worry about aching knees or that unsettling crunch in your ankles? Tom, 70, once shared with me, "Doctor, I used to run marathons in my 40s, but now just weigh. Looking a few hundred meters around my house feels like torture on my knees." Have you ever felt something like that? Waking up in the morning, sitting at the edge of your bed for a while, waiting for your legs to warm up before you dare stand? Here's the reality. By the time we reach our 60s, the cartilage cushioning our joints isn't as thick or smooth as it once was. That protective layer starts wearing thin, and arthritis slowly comes knocking. But here's the good news. Blueberries are packed with polyphenols, powerful compounds that science has shown can reduce inflammation, lower oxidative stress, protect cartilage tissue, and even support regeneration of joint tissue. One study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that eating blueberries daily reduced markers of joint inflammation by up to 25% in just 12 weeks. Imagine this, just a small bowl of blueberries each morning acting as a natural lubricant to keep your joints moving smoothly and freely. Tom's transformation. Tom took my advice. He swapped his usual bacon and egg breakfast for a bowl of oatmeal with blueberries, chia seeds, and a drizzle of honey. 4 months later, he returned to my clinic with a sparkle in his eyes. "Doctor, yesterday I walked a full loop around the park without stopping once. It's been years since my legs felt this free." Do you see? One small change, one bowl of blueberries, helped awaken steps he thought were long lost. You deserve this too. You deserve fresh, pain-free mornings, leisurely strolls in the park, feeling the cool breeze on your skin without worrying about aches and stiffness. So tomorrow, when you're preparing breakfast, why not swap out the usual for a bowl of blueberries? Picture each berry as a stepping stone, paving the path for your legs to move freely again. Are you ready to take that first step? Have you ever felt like your stomach was an old, rusty machine, sluggish and heavy? There are mornings when you don't wake up with excitement. Is only wild joys I tell my reservations to yours. And allot them is how do basics Egypt to get a vacuum. I now that you can't calm, the only one to say what we're a working. I am doctors where body tour later. I did not hard a gut my market. But I find out at discomes sometimes your dirt and supported healthy bowel movements. Linda's transformation. Linda decided to make a change. She started every morning with a smoothie, blueberries, ripe banana, almond milk, and a spoonful of ground flaxseed. Just 3 weeks later, she called me, her voice bubbling with joy. "Doctor, I don't need laxatives anymore. My stomach feels lighter, no more bloating. I feel like my whole body is refreshed every morning." And for the first time in years, Linda felt confident enough to plan a long vacation, something she never thought possible before. You deserve this too. You deserve mornings where your body feels light and free, without the heavy shadow of constipation. Tomorrow, when you're preparing breakfast, why not try a blueberry smoothie? Picture each berry as a cool, refreshing drop of water, cleansing and reviving the river within you. Would you like to try it? One small change for a lighter, brighter day. Have you ever felt your heart beating faster than usual? Excitement or joy, but from worry. Every time you check your blood pressure. Helen, 65, one of my patients, once sighed as she told me, "Doctor, the sound of the blood pressure monitor makes me nervous. That little beep feels like a reminder. My heart isn't what it used to be." Have you ever felt like Helen? Starting each morning with quiet anxiety about high blood pressure, cholesterol, or the looming risk of a heart attack or stroke? But there's a small purple friend that can help bring your heart some peace. The blueberry. Here's why blueberries love your heart. Blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that don't just protect your brain, but are also amazing for your cardiovascular system. Anthocyanins help blood vessels stay soft and flexible, improve elasticity, reduce inflammation in artery walls. This is crucial for people over 60 as blood vessels naturally stiffen with age. In fact, a study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition that followed Brown and owed over 93,000 women in the U.S. found something incredible. Those who ate blueberries and strawberries regularly reduced their risk of heart attack by 32%. Another study in the UK showed that eating 150 grams of blueberries daily for 6 weeks improved blood vessel function, and lowered blood pressure. Helen's transformation. Helen had been taking blood pressure medication for years, but she was eager to find a natural way to support her heart. I suggested she add 150 grams of blueberries to her daily routine, toss them into breakfast or enjoy them as a mid-afternoon snack. 8 weeks later, Helen came back to my clinic, holding her blood pressure readings with a glowing smile. "Doctor, my blood pressure dropped from 145/95 to 125/80. For the first time in years, I feel like my heart is at peace. No more racing or panic every time I check." Would you like your heart to feel that same calm and steady rhythm? Your heart has been working tirelessly for decades. Don't you think it deserves a little love and care? Tomorrow morning, try starting your day with a handful of blueberries. Imagine each berry as a gentle hug for your heart, helping each beat become steadier, calmer, and more at ease. Are you ready to give your heart that peace? Have you ever looked in the mirror and quietly asked yourself, is this still my face? The fine lines, dark spots, and skin that no longer feels as firm? They're like little signatures of time etched on your reflection. I remember one conversation with Anna, 62, who smiled at me with a touch of sadness in her eyes. "Doctor, I'm not afraid of getting older, but it stings a little when I look in the mirror each morning and see a woman I barely recognize, someone I have to get to know all over again." Have you ever felt that way too? But here's something I want you to know. Caring for your skin doesn't start with expensive creams or serums. It starts from within, with the food you nourish your body with. And here, I want to introduce you to nature's little purple gem, the blueberry. Why are blueberries so good for your skin? They're an absolute powerhouse of antioxidants. Among them, vitamin C plays a key role in boosting your body's natural production of collagen, the protein that keeps your skin firm, plump, and elastic. Meanwhile, anthocyanins, the pigments that give blueberries their deep blue-purple color, don't just fight free radicals, the culprits behind premature aging. They also improve blood circulation beneath the skin, delivering oxygen and nutrients that rejuvenate your skin cells. One study published in the Journal of Clinical Biochemistry and Nutrition found that eating blueberries regularly reduced visible signs of skin aging, like wrinkles and loss of elasticity, in just 12 weeks. Anna's transformation. Anna decided to make a simple change to her routine. Every morning, she blended a smoothie with blueberries, Greek yogurt, flaxseed, and a drizzle of honey. 3 months later, she returned to my clinic, her eyes sparkling with newfound confidence. "Doctor, my friends keep asking if I'm using some fancy new cream, but my little secret, just a blueberry smoothie every morning." Her skin looked brighter, softer, and the deeper lines had begun to fade. But more importantly, Anna had fallen back in love with the face in her mirror. That woman no longer felt like a stranger. Aging doesn't mean losing your beauty. It's simply entering a new stage where beauty transforms into a radiant glow that comes from within. Tomorrow, why not start your day with a handful of blueberries? Imagine each berry as a cool, refreshing drop nourishing your skin's garden, bringing it back to life. Wouldn't it feel amazing to look in the mirror and smile at the person you see? Do you remember the last time you could read a book without squinting? Or drive at night without worrying about the glare of headlights blurring your vision? Our eyesight, the windows to the soul, is often one of the first things we notice changing as age catches up. Frank, 67, once confided in me, "Doctor, lately everything seems a little hazy, especially when I read the morning paper. I'm scared that one day I won't be able to see my wife's smile anymore." Have you ever felt that worry creeping in? But there's a small purple friend that can help protect your eyes from the wear and tear of time, the blueberry. Why are blueberries a gift for your vision? Blueberries are packed with anthocyanins and vitamin E, a powerful duo for eye health. A study from the University of Reading, UK, even found that daily blueberry supplementation improved night vision adjustment and reduced eye fatigue in people who spent long hours in front of screens. Frank's transformation. Frank began his mornings with a handful of fresh blueberries mixed into his oatmeal. He also carried a small pouch of dried blueberries as a snack for work. 3 months later, he walked into my clinic, his face lit up with a smile. "Doctor, I don't have to squint to read the paper anymore. And the best part, I can see my wife smile clearly again under the sunset. Do you see it? One small change, a handful of blueberries each day, became a precious gift for his eyes. Your eyes are the windows to your soul, and you deserve to keep those windows clear and bright so you never miss the most beautiful moments in life. Tomorrow, why not toss a handful of blueberries into your breakfast? Imagine each little berry as a tiny gem guarding your windows to the world against the storms of time. Wouldn't it be wonderful to see more clearly? Not just with your eyes, but with your heart. Every time you look at your loved ones, have you ever had those afternoons where it feels like your body has been drained of every ounce of energy? Your mind turns foggy, your hands tremble slightly, and your heart races a little faster. Until you find yourself reaching for a sweet treat to save you. James 66 on "The of My Patience" once described it perfectly. It's like I'm an old phone. I wake up fully charged in the morning, but by afternoon, I'm flashing red at 5% battery. That's a classic sign of blood sugar imbalance, something that becomes more common as we age, especially for those at risk of type 2 diabetes. But here's the good news. There's a small, sweet friend, safer than any candy bar, that can help keep your blood sugar steady: the blueberry. Why blueberries are your blood sugar ally? Blueberries have a glycemic index, GI, of about 53, considered low. This means they release sugar into your bloodstream slowly and steadily, rather than causing the sharp spikes and crashes you get from pastries or sugary drinks. Plus, the polyphenols in blueberries help improve insulin sensitivity, that crucial hormone that regulates your blood sugar, and protect your pancreas's beta cells from inflammation. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism even found that the Lenny Brooms of TOG, the bias may after normal blueberry consumption improved glucose metabolism and reduced inflammation in people with insulin resistance. This room's continued a new soul for a lording Roosin from our room had cleared. The versinal CZ was reveals to cause of the real loan. James's transformation. James was all too familiar with those afternoon energy crashes. But after adding blueberries to his diet, a bowl of oatmeal with blueberries and chia seeds every morning, and a handful of fresh berries as an afternoon snack, he noticed a difference within just 5 weeks. "Doctor, I don't feel like I'm running on empty in the afternoons anymore. My energy stays steady, and the best part, my blood sugar readings are much more stable." James even picked up golf again, a hobby he'd given up years ago out of fear of sudden blood sugar dips. The balance of CZ won in the Rive system the afternoon consumption. What talk about new groom? I'm gonna brain, and James like, "Oh, bag. You deserve a body that sustains your energy all day long. No more unexpected crashes. No more trembling hands from a sudden sugar low. Tomorrow morning, why not start with a serving of blueberries? Picture each berry as a tiny battery cell, giving you a steady, natural charge to power through the day. Wouldn't it feel great to be your own long-lasting battery again, instead of a phone that dies halfway through the afternoon? Have you ever wondered why, when you were younger, you'd barely caught a cold, but now it feels like the slightest sneeze from someone in the house is enough to leave you feeling weak and worn down? John, 69, once shared with me, "Doctor, I feel like my immune system is as fragile as an old wooden fence. One little gust of flu season wind, and I'm knocked down." Have you ever felt the same? When every change of season feels like preparing for battle? But here's some good news. There's a small, sweet, and surprisingly powerful friend that can help fortify your defenses from within: the blueberry. Why blueberries strengthen your immunity? Blueberries are rich in vitamin C, a scientifically proven warrior for the immune system. Vitamin C stimulates the production of white blood cells, your body's first line of defense against invading bacteria and viruses. But that's not all. Anthocyanins and other antioxidants in blueberries help lower inflammation and protect your immune cells from free radical damage, the kind that builds up when your body is under stress or fighting illness. A study in the Journal of Immunology Research found that daily blueberry consumption improved immune responsiveness in older adults, reducing the risk of common colds by up to 33%. John's transformation. John used to catch colds 3 times every winter. Recovery felt slower each time, leaving him drained and worried. I suggested a simple habit: eat 100 grams of fresh or frozen blueberries each morning. Pair it with light daily walks, and ensure he got enough sleep. 1 year later, John returned to my clinic with a beaming smile. "Doctor, this is the first winter in 10 years I haven't caught the flu. I feel like I'm wearing an invisible suit of armor." Wouldn't you love to feel that too? To face the cold winds and flu season with confidence, not fear? We can't avoid every virus or germ out there, but we can build a fortress within, and blueberries are like tiny bricks helping to strengthen those walls. Tomorrow, when you see a handful of blueberries, think of each berry as a loyal soldier standing guard inside you. Wouldn't it feel wonderful to face winter with a smile instead of worry? See, these tiny berries carry the strength of nature itself. From memory, joints, heart, digestion, skin, eyes, and blood sugar, all the way to your immune system, every part of you benefits from just a handful of blueberries each day. You don't need drastic changes or expensive treatments. It all starts with one small step: adding blueberries to your breakfast. Imagine this: every blueberry you eat today is a seed you're planting for your future health, because you deserve a strong body, a calm mind, and a vibrant spirit at any age. Next, I want to inform everyone about 6 types of food that should not be eaten with blueberries. Have you ever started your morning with a bowl of cereal topped with blueberries and a splash of cow's milk? Or blended a blueberry smoothie with fresh milk thinking, "This is such a healthy choice"? Helen, 63, once told me proudly, "Doctor, I've replaced my morning pastries with a blueberry smoothie. Fresh milk, blueberries, a bit of honey. I thought I was doing the best thing for my health." But over time, Helen noticed little change. Her energy still felt inconsistent, her skin looked dull, and her memory didn't seem to improve. Why? The answer lies in a little-known fact. Cow's milk and blueberries are not the dream team we assume they are. Cow's milk contains a protein called casein, the main protein that gives milk its structure. When you combine milk with blueberries, casein can bind with the polyphenols in blueberries, forming insoluble complexes. The result: this powerful antioxidants, anthocyanins, and vitamin C lose their activity. Instead of entering your bloodstream to protect your cells, they get locked up and flushed out. A study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry showed that when milk is combined with berries, their antioxidant capacity drops significantly, by as much as 30 to 50%. So, that seemingly healthy choice may be unintentionally dulling the natural strength of blueberries. Helen's small change, big difference. When I explained this to Helen, she was a little surprised, but she decided to make one small swap. She replaced cow's milk in her smoothie with unsweetened almond milk. 6 weeks later, she came back to my clinic beaming. "Doctor, I don't know if it's a coincidence, but my skin looks brighter and I'm recalling words faster than before." She smiled, realizing that one tiny change, switching milk, allowed blueberries to work their full magic. The takeaway for you: you don't have to go up your favorite habits. Just swap cow's milk for almond milk, oat milk, or coconut milk, plant-based options that don't contain casein, and watch blueberries truly shine. Tomorrow, when you blend a smoothie, remember, every small choice is a step closer to lasting health. Are you ready to trade one glass of milk for a body full of energy? Have you ever thought that combining healthy foods is always a good idea? A colorful fruit salad with cucumbers, blueberries, and oranges. It sounds perfect, right? But then Linda, 64, one of my patients, came to me looking confused. "Doctor, I eat so many salads with cucumbers and blueberries, but my skin still looks dull, and I keep catching colds every time the seasons change. I don't understand why." Have you ever experienced that? You're doing your best to eat healthy, yet the results just don't show up? The hidden reason lies in something few people know: cucumbers, the quiet destroyer of vitamin C and blueberries. The science behind it. Cucumbers contain a special enzyme called ascorbate oxidase, also known as ascorbinase. This enzyme has the ability to oxidize and break down vitamin C, one of the most vital nutrients in blueberries. When you eat cucumbers and blueberries together, the enzyme kicks in right in your digestive tract, breaking down vitamin C before your body even has a chance to absorb it. The result? Your immune system loses a key ally. Your skin doesn't get the building blocks it needs for collagen production, and you miss out on some of the most powerful benefits blueberries offer. Linda's small shift, big win. I suggested something very simple to Linda. Keep eating blueberries and cucumbers, just not at the same time. Have blueberries in the morning and save cucumbers for the afternoon or evening. 8 weeks later, Linda returned to my clinic with a brighter face and eyes sparkling with joy. Doctor, for the first time in years, I got through winter without catching a cold. And it feels so much smoother and more radiant. She didn't need expensive multivitamins, just a better understanding of food combinations. The takeaway for you? You don't need to give up cucumbers. Just give your body time to absorb the vitamin C from blueberries before enjoying those crisp cucumber slices. A 2 to 3 hour gap between the two foods is enough to preserve all the goodness. Tomorrow, when you're preparing a meal, remember, how you combine your foods matters just as much as the healthy foods themselves. Are you ready to give your body the full chance to soak up all the goodness? Have you ever made a vibrant fruit salad with blueberries, pineapple, and oranges thinking, "This must be the healthiest dish ever"? Thomas, 70, once proudly told me, "Doctor, every night I eat a fruit plate with pineapple and blueberries to help my digestion. But lately I've been feeling bloated and sometimes get a burning sensation in my stomach." Have you ever had that happen? You're trying your best to eat healthy, but your body reacts in ways you didn't expect? The truth is, sometimes it's not what you eat, but how you combine it. And pineapple, sweet, delicious, but a little fiery, can be a troublemaker when paired with blueberries. The science behind it: pineapple is naturally high in acids, mainly citric acid and malic acid, which can increase your stomach's overall acidity when eaten alongside blueberries, which also contain natural acids. On top of that, pineapple contains bromelain, a powerful enzyme that breaks down proteins. While younger, stronger digestive systems can handle this well, older adults often have thinner stomach linings and reduced digestive secretions. This combination of acids and bromelain can irritate the stomach lining. The result? You might experience a burning sensation in your upper abdomen, heartburn, bloating and discomfort, a feeling of nausea after eating. Thomas's simple adjustment: Thomas believed his fruit plate was the key to better health. But when I suggested separating pineapple and blueberries, eating pineapple in the morning and blueberries as an afternoon snack, something remarkable happened. 4 weeks later, Thomas returned to my clinic with a relaxed smile. "Doctor, since making that change, I haven't felt bloated or had heartburn once. And I've realized my body can hear each food if I just take the time to listen to it." See, sometimes it's not about what you eat, but how you eat it that makes the difference. The takeaway for you: you don't need to give up pineapple or blueberries. They're both wonderful gifts from nature. Just give your body time to digest one before welcoming the other. A 2 to 3 hour gap between them is enough. Tomorrow, when you're preparing a fruit plate, remember, wisdom isn't just about choosing healthy foods, but also knowing how to pair them wisely. Wouldn't it feel great to enjoy your favorite fruits without that uncomfortable burning or bloating? Have you ever thought that starting your day with a glass of fresh orange juice and a bowl of blueberries was the perfect morning combo? Mary, 61, once shared with me, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm, "Doctor, I want to boost my vitamin C, so every morning I drink orange juice and eat blueberries. I thought I was building an immune system as strong as a steel wall." But just a few weeks later, she returned with a concern. "Lately, I've been getting heartburn, and sometimes I feel bloated and heavy. Is this just a part of getting older?" Have you ever felt that way? When your healthy choices seem to backfire, leaving your body feeling unsettled? The truth is, sometimes too much of a good thing can become a burden. And pairing fresh orange juice with blueberries is a perfect example. The science behind it: orange juice is rich in citric acid, which gives it that refreshing tang. Blueberries, though mildly sweet, also contain natural acids like malic acid and citric acid. When you consume both at the same time, the total acid load on your stomach increases significantly. Younger digestive systems may handle this well, but for older adults, Thinner stomach linings and reduced digestive enzymes make it harder. This can lead to irritation of the stomach lining, resulting in heartburn, bloating and indigestion, acid reflux, especially when eaten on an empty stomach. A study in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults over 60 had a 1.8 times higher risk of acid reflux when consuming multiple acidic foods at once. Mary's small change, big relief. After I explained this, Mary made a simple tweak. She kept her orange juice in the morning and saved her blueberries for an afternoon snack. 4 weeks later, she returned to my clinic with a lighter step and a brighter smile. Doctor, no more heartburn. Mornings feel so much easier, and I still have plenty of energy in the afternoons. Maybe my body just needed me to be a little more mindful. C. It's not about giving things up. It's about arranging them wisely. The takeaway for you, think of your body as a symphony. If each food is an instrument, the key to harmony is playing them at the right time. Tomorrow, when you prepare breakfast, try giving your orange juice and blueberries a little space, a few hours apart. Listen closely and your body will thank you for it. Are you ready to create a more harmonious rhythm in your meals? Have you ever treated yourself to a little snack of milk chocolate and a handful of blueberries? A bit of fruit, a bit of chocolate. Sounds like a perfect combo, right? Julia, 65, once told me with a playful smile, "Doctor, I love nibbling on a few milk chocolates with blueberries while watching a movie. I thought I was satisfying my sweet tooth and taking care of my health at the same time." But after months, she noticed something. Her skin still looked dry and dull, her memory hadn't improved, and her blood sugar seemed to roller coaster up a point down. Have you ever felt the same? Eating healthy foods but not seeing the results you expected. The truth is, sometimes sweetness can overshadow nature's magic. And milk chocolate is a prime example. The science behind it. Milk chocolate contains relatively high amounts of saturated fats and added sugars. When eaten together with blueberries, these factors can slow down the absorption of anthocyanins, the potent antioxidants in blueberries, disrupt the transport of vitamin C in the bloodstream, trigger insulin spikes, causing your body to prioritize processing sugar instead of absorbing other nutrients effectively. A study in the British Journal of Nutrition revealed that when milk chocolate was combined with berries, their overall antioxidant capacity dropped by as much as 40% compared to eating berries alone. Julia's simple swap. When I explained this to Julia, she was surprised but open to trying a small change. Instead of milk chocolate, she switched to a few squares of dark chocolate, at least 70% cacao. Or she simply kept the two treats separate, blueberries in the afternoon, milk chocolate as a post-dinner delight. 6 weeks later, Julia came back to my clinic, beaming. "Doctor, I didn't think such a small change could make such a big difference. My skin looks brighter, and my blood sugar is much steadier now." See, sometimes a thoughtful choice can create a powerful impact. The takeaway for you, you don't have to give up milk chocolate if it brings you joy, but enjoy it at a different time than your blueberries, so each food gets its chance to shine. Tomorrow, when you're craving a little sweetness, remember, patience and mindfulness are the keys to letting pleasure and health coexist beautifully. Are you ready to let sweetness and wellness live in harmony? Have you ever treated yourself to a blueberry smoothie with a little sweetened condensed milk for that extra creamy sweetness? Mr. High, 68, once shared with me proudly, "Doctor, I don't eat cakes or candy anymore. I just like a little condensed milk with my blueberries in the morning." I thought it was a healthier indulgence. But a few weeks later, he returned to my clinic worried. "My blood sugar's been all over the place. Some mornings I feel tired and sluggish after breakfast." Have you ever experienced that? Trying your best to cut out the bad stuff but still running into health issues? The culprit might be something that seems so harmless. Sweetened condensed milk, the hidden sweetener quietly throwing your blood sugar off balance. The science behind it? Sweetened condensed milk is a thick mix of high added sugar and saturated fats from milk. When combined with blueberries, which are rich in polyphenols and vitamin C, your body prioritizes processing the high sugar load first. This can lead to a sudden spike in blood glucose, overworked insulin trying to shuttle sugar into your cells, a rapid sugar crash afterwards, leaving you fatigued, Essay. A study in the Journal of Endocrinology and Metabolism showed that people consuming high levels of added sugar had a 45% higher risk of insulin imbalance and type 2 diabetes compared to those with lower sugar intake. Mr. Wee's simple swap. When I explained this, he looked a little disappointed, but he was willing to try a change. He replaced sweetened condensed milk with unsweetened almond milk and added a ripe banana to his blueberry smoothie for natural sweetness. 6 weeks later, he came back to my clinic, smiling brightly. "Doctor, my blood sugar is so much more stable now, no more sluggish mornings. And surprisingly, I've come to love the pure natural taste of blueberries even more." See, one small choice can help your body avoid those unwanted blood sugar roller coasters. The takeaway for you. You don't have to give up sweetness entirely, but try choosing natural sweetness from fruit, raw honey, or unsweetened plant-based milks to help your body maintain a steady rhythm. Tomorrow, when you make a blueberry smoothie, skip the condensed milk and let yourself discover the subtle, elegant sweetness that blueberries naturally bring. Are you ready to enjoy a safer, more sustainable kind of sweetness? Remember this, not every healthy food combination is truly optimal for your body. Sometimes knowing how to pair your foods matters even more than the foods themselves. Let your blueberries unlock their full potential with just a little thoughtfulness in your choices. And now that we've covered the 6 foods you shouldn't pair with blueberries, let's explore the perfect pairings that actually enhance their health-boosting power. Coming up next, 6 types of food that enhance benefits when combined with blueberries. Have you ever started your day with a warm bowl of oats? Now imagine adding a handful of juicy blueberries to that. Doesn't it already sound like a comforting, energizing way to greet the morning? Mark 70 once aired with me. "Doctor, I used to feel so sluggish in the mornings, but ever since I started having oats with blueberries, I feel like my body is being refueled and my mind is so much sharper." So what makes this combination such a power duo for older adults' health? The science behind it. Oats are one of the best sources of soluble fiber, especially beta-glucan. When paired with the polyphenols in blueberries, magical things happen. Beta-glucan slows down sugar absorption, preventing blood sugar spikes. Blueberry polyphenols are absorbed more effectively thanks to oats' slow digestion process. The gut microbiome gets nourished by both, boosting immunity and improving digestion. A study in Nutrition Research Reviews found that a breakfast combining oats and berries improved cardiovascular health and blood sugar regulation by 30% more than eating them separately. Mark's transformation. Mark used to skip breakfast altogether because he didn't feel hungry, but after I suggested a simple bowl of oats topped with blueberries, he began to notice a difference within just 2 weeks. "Doctor, I feel so much more energized in the mornings now. I no longer feel groggy driving to work." He also noticed his cholesterol levels dropping, his heart rate becoming steadier, and his mind feeling sharper during late afternoon book club meetings. The takeaway for you, you deserve mornings that feel calm, energized, and unhurried. A bowl of oats with blueberries isn't just food, it's a daily reminder. Love your body, starting from the first meal of the day. Are you ready to start tomorrow with this warm and nourishing combination? Have you ever wished for a snack that's not only delicious, but also gentle on your stomach? Something that makes you feel lighter, helps your digestion, and gives you that sense of being healthy from the inside out. Helen, 66, one of my patients, once shared with me, "Doctor, I've struggled with bloating for years, but since I started have all the way that you're to these gross, and surely pushers in the grow accessing terms for along with the ground, long ways, it is how you're just said that she is a good. This separate field when you're a linguerson, than you used to get in a bathroom the form lest everyone you're as hard. They are more depercented in analysis from us and acceleration. The to one of the make of the deep, Greek gogurt, becomes the first beauty that Carentorier in Buddy is resilient different. Enomen of new Christen, after of the Tyner rangeries to received. This deep palace that G's buddy is building, Unument and the guarded miles tell ye, warms every time, every builder worse. The deep palace is a being using soxable and impressive clouds, because of the summary in using Brighten. To may around your Canada of using when you're as harn. This rich of an anthocyanins and soluble fiber, you're not only feeding the good bacteria, but also helping them thrive. A study in Frontiers in Microbiology found that combining probiotics with berry polyphenols significantly increased the population of Akkermansia, a gatekeeper bacterium that protects your gut lining and helps prevent leaky gut and chronic inflammation. Helen's transformation. Helen had mild irritable bowel syndrome, ITS. I suggested she swap her usual afternoon snack for a bowl of Greek yogurt, topped with blueberries and a teaspoon of ground flaxseed. She stuck with it for 8 weeks. When she returned to my clinic, her eyes sparkled as she said, "Doctor, I no longer feel bloated or uncomfortable after meals. My skin looks brighter too, and I feel lighter, in both body and mind." This wasn't magic, it was the synergy of probiotics and antioxidants working together. The takeaway for you. Did you know a healthy gut doesn't just improve digestion? It also affects your mood, your sleep, and even your immune system. Tomorrow, try preparing a bowl of Greek yogurt with a sprinkle of blueberries. Picture yourself building a small army to guard your body's most important stronghold, your gut. Wouldn't you like to give your body this simple yet powerful gift? Have you ever heard the saying, "The brain needs daily nourishment just like the body"? Anna, 69, once confided in me, "Doctor, I'm terrified of the day I might forget my granddaughter's name, or even how to get back home. I've been taking all sorts of multivitamins, but I'm not sure they're helping." I asked her, "Anna, have you ever tried pairing blueberries with a handful of nuts every day?" She looked at me in surprise. But just a few weeks later, Anna called me with excitement. "It's like someone wiped the fog off my mind. I feel sharper, more focused, like my brain has finally woken up." So what makes blueberries and nuts such a perfect brain food combo? The science behind it. Nuts, especially walnuts, flax seeds, and almonds, are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin E, and healthy fats. These nutrients are essential for maintaining the structure of neural cell membranes, fighting brain inflammation, a key contributor to Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, improving blood flow to the brain, which enhances focus and memory. When combined with blueberries, packed with anthocyanins and polyphenols, this duo creates a protective shield against oxidative stress, helping safeguard neurons from damage. A study published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease found that people who regularly consumed omega-3s and berries had up to a 35% lower risk of cognitive decline compared to those who didn't. Anna's transformation. Anna started each morning with a small bowl of blueberries mixed with walnuts, almonds, and flax seeds. She fondly called it her golden fuel for memory. 2 months later, she shared, "Doctor, I remember the names of old friends when they call now. And surprisingly, I've fallen in love with reading books again, something I hadn't had the patience for in years." She added that her daughter noticed she seemed happier and sharper when playing with her grandchildren. The takeaway for you. Your brain has worked tirelessly for decades, don't you? Think it deserves to be nourished with the very best. Tomorrow, try adding a small handful of nuts to your breakfast with blueberries. Imagine you're pouring healthy oils onto the gears of your mind, helping them turn smoothly and effortlessly. Wouldn't you love your brain to remain a sharp, loyal companion through all the years ahead? Have you ever felt completely drained by mid-morning? As if your body's battery dropped from 100% to 10%, making even simple tasks feel heavy? Laura, 62, once told me, "Doctor, in the mornings I usually just have coffee and something light, but a few hours later my mind gets foggy, my body feels weak, and I start craving sweets to rescue me, only to feel worse afterwards." I asked her, "Laura, have you ever tried combining blueberries with a ripe banana?" She laughed. "A banana? I've eaten them separately, sure, but never thought of pairing them." Here's the thing. Blueberries and bananas aren't just delicious together. They're a natural energy duo that can help you stay alert and energized all day long. The science behind it. Bananas are a powerhouse of potassium, regulates heart rhythm and keeps blood pressure steady. Pectin, a soluble fiber that supports digestion and prolongs satiety. Vitamin B6 helps produce serotonin, the happy hormone. When combined with blueberries, rich in anthocyanins and vitamin C, this pairing offers sustainable energy without blood sugar spikes and crashes, digestive support and reduced inflammation, improved focus and a brighter mood. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition even found that a breakfast combining berries and bananas improved cognitive performance by up to 20% for the next 4 hours. Laura's transformation. Laura decided to try something new. Every morning, she blended a smoothie with blueberries, a banana, unsweetened almond milk, and chia seeds. Just 3 weeks later, she called me, her voice full of excitement. "Doctor, my mornings feel complete. No more mid-morning crashes. I'm more focused, and I've even cut back on coffee cravings." She shared how she started loving her mornings again, even taking gentle walks around her garden instead of sinking into the sofa like before. The takeaway for you: you deserve a body fueled with natural energy all day long. No more desperate grabs for sugar or caffeine to save you. Tomorrow, try pairing blueberries and a banana for breakfast. Imagine each sip of that smoothie as a cool, refreshing current recharging your body and mind. Are you ready to start your day fully charged with natural, lasting energy? Have you ever caught the comforting aroma of cinnamon wafting through the kitchen and felt your heart instantly soften? A sprinkle of cinnamon in your breakfast isn't just about adding cozy flavor, it's also a brilliant companion for blueberries. Thomas, 67, told me after I suggested adding cinnamon to his morning routine. "Doctor, I never thought such a thing. Any spice could make a difference. But now my mornings feel warmer, both literally and figuratively." Have you ever considered letting a natural spice like cinnamon join blueberries on your journey to better health? The science behind it. Cinnamon contains cinnamaldehyde, the compound responsible for its signature fragrance and many health benefits. Stabilizes blood sugar, reducing the risk of insulin resistance. Improves blood circulation, keeping your body warm, especially important for older adults. Natural antibacterial and antifungal properties, supporting immune health. When paired with blueberries, something remarkable happens. The anthocyanins in blueberries and cinnamaldehyde in cinnamon create a synergistic anti-inflammatory effect. Cinnamon's mild digestive stimulation helps your body absorb antioxidants more effectively. A study in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that combining cinnamon with berries increased overall antioxidant activity by up to 25%, and to consuming them separately. Thomas's transformation. Thomas, once a fan of black coffee and minimalist breakfasts, wasn't thrilled at first about the idea, but he gave it a try. Each morning, a bowl of oatmeal topped with fresh blueberries and a light dusting of cinnamon. 4 weeks later, he shared with excitement, "Doctor, I no longer wake up with cold hands and feet. My blood sugar levels are steadier and my mood in the mornings feels warmer somehow." For him, cinnamon became more than a spice. It was a daily act of mindful self-care. The takeaway for you: you deserve to start your mornings with warmth radiating from the inside out. A sprinkle of cinnamon on your blueberries is a small gesture, but it can bring lasting benefits. Tomorrow, when you reach for that jar of cinnamon, think, "This is the flavor of care, of a strong heart, and of energy flowing through my body." Are you ready to let this tiny spice become your new breakfast companion? Have you ever craved a touch of natural sweetness to make your meals more inviting? A spoonful of raw honey. It sounds simple, yet when paired with blueberries, it delivers a kind of sweetness that's not just for your taste buds, but for your health as well. Michael, 70, once confided in me, "Doctor, I'm trying to cut down on refined sugar, but sometimes I still want a hint of sweetness so my meals don't feel bland. Is raw honey a good choice?" Have you ever wondered the same? Whether this kind of sweetness is truly healthy, and whether it can actually help blueberries unlock their full potential? The science behind it. Raw honey isn't just a natural sweetener. It's packed with flavonoids and polyphenols, powerful antioxidants that protect cells from oxidative stress, reduce inflammation, and support tissue repair. Strengthen immunity with natural antibacterial and antifungal properties. When combined with blueberries, the polyphenols from both create a synergistic antioxidant boost for your whole. Raw honey's lower glycemic index compared to refined sugar helps stabilize blood sugar instead of causing spikes and crashes. A study in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition found that combining raw honey with berries significantly reduced markers of inflammation in older adults. Michael decided to give it a try. Every morning he had a bowl of Greek yogurt topped with fresh blueberries and a drizzle of raw honey. 6 weeks later, he came to my clinic smiling contentedly. "Doctor, I don't crave sugar anymore. The honey and blueberries give me a gentle sweetness, not overwhelming, and I feel lighter. Even the small scratches on my hands heal faster now." This wasn't magic, it was the harmony of nature at work. You don't have to cut sweetness out of your life. Simply change its source from refined sugar to raw honey, and you'll discover a whole new world of wellness. Tomorrow, when you see that jar of honey on your kitchen shelf, remember, every golden drop is a gift from nature. And when combined with blueberries, they become a duo that brings sweetness not only to your palate, but to your health. The power of pairing. Blueberries alone are a gem of nature, but when paired wisely, with oats, Greek yogurt, nuts, bananas, cinnamon, and raw honey, their power multiplies. Try these pairings one by one. Feel the difference in your body and let it thank you in the language only it knows, with more energy, clearer focus, and vibrant health. Are you ready to let these small, thoughtful choices unlock big changes in your life? Next are 7 suggestions for adding blueberries to your daily diet. Do you remember the last time you ate a fruit as it is? No mixing, no processing, just savoring its pure, natural flavor. Helen, 68, once asked me, "Doctor, does eating just a few blueberries each day really make a difference? I thought I'd have to prepare something fancy for it to work." I told her, "Sometimes the greatest power lies in simplicity. Just 30 fresh blueberries a day. A natural prescription for your memory and your eyes." The science behind it. Fresh blueberries are packed with anthocyanins, potent antioxidants that protect neurons and reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Combat macular degeneration and cataracts by boosting blood flow to the retina. A study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that eating 30 fresh blueberries daily for 12 weeks significantly improved memory in adults over 60. Helen's transformation. 3 months after starting her daily blueberry habit, Helen excitedly shared, "Doctor, I can read the newspaper for longer without straining my eyes. And my memory, I remembered my grandchildren's birthdays without needing to write them down." The takeaway for you? Keep a bowl of fresh blueberries on your kitchen counter. Each morning, eat 30 berries as a ritual of self-love. You'll be amazed at how your brain and eyes thank you for this simple act of care. Have you ever woken up feeling sluggish, wishing for a natural energy boost to kickstart your day? Mark, 71, sighed and told me, "Dr. Coffee doesn't wake me up like it used to, but I don't know what healthy breakfast to turn to." I suggested he try a blueberry smoothie, and within just 2 weeks, Mark began to feel the difference. The science behind it. Banana provides potassium and slow-release carbohydrates for steady energy. Chia seeds add omega-3s and fiber for a healthy brain and gut. Almond milk contributes plant-based protein and keeps it light. Blueberries, rich in vitamin C and anthocyanins, protect cells from oxidative stress. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that berry-based smoothies help sustain energy and improve mood for up to 4 hours after consumption. Mark's transformation? "Doctor, I no longer need that second cup of coffee. My body feels fully charged every morning," Mark shared with a renewed sense of energy. The takeaway for you tomorrow: try blending blueberries, banana, chia seeds, almond milk. A naturally sweet, energy-packed gift from nature. The perfect way to start your day. Have you ever wished your meals could be more exciting without becoming overly complicated? Anna, 72, once told me, "Doctor, I'm tired of bland meals, but I'm also afraid of sugary desserts." I suggested a simple idea. Try sprinkling blueberries on oatmeal, Greek yogurt, or even your green salads. The science behind it: blueberries don't just bring a pop of color and natural sweetness to your plate. They also deliver a healthy dose of vitamin C. When paired with probiotic-rich Greek yogurt or fresh leafy greens in a salad, this combination helps improve digestion, strengthen immunity, support heart health. Anna tried adding blueberries to her salad with feta cheese and walnuts. After 1 month, she shared, "Doctor, my meals now feel like colorful works of art. I enjoy eating so much more, and I feel happier at the table." The takeaway for you: every blueberry is a tiny puzzle piece helping your body stay strong and vibrant. Why not turn today's meal into a masterpiece? Sprinkle a handful of blueberries and let your plate become a celebration of health and color. Do you ever miss the sweet, comforting muffins your mother used to bake? But now, as the years go by, you find yourself wary of sugar, white flour, and cholesterol. George, 72, once shared with me, "Doctor, I love baked goods, but I'm afraid of my blood sugar spiking. Is there a way I can still enjoy them without harming my health?" I smiled and said, "Try baking blueberry muffins with almond flour. Naturally sweet, heart-friendly, and best of all, you don't have to give up the joy of eating." The science behind it: almond flour is rich in monounsaturated fats and vitamin E, which help lower bad cholesterol, LDL, raise good cholesterol, HDL, support vascular health. When combined with blueberries, packed with anthocyanins, this duo forms a shield that protects your heart from oxidative stress and inflammation. A study in the Journal of Nutrition found that eating 2 to 3 servings of berries per week reduced cardiovascular disease risk by up to 32%. George's transformation: George tried my suggested recipe: almond flour, fresh blueberries, eggs, and a touch of raw honey. Just a few weeks later, he came back beaming. "Doctor, I can enjoy a muffin without guilt. I even shared them with friends and everyone said they were delicious." The takeaway for you: a blueberry muffin isn't just dessert, it's a gentle reminder. Caring for your heart doesn't mean giving up the little things that make you happy. Tomorrow, why not bake a batch? Your heart and your taste buds will thank you. Have you ever longed for a quiet pause in the afternoon? A warm cup of tea, a good book, and a little something to bring peace to your heart? Mary, 69, once read with me, "I gave up coffee because it made my heart race, but I haven't found a satisfying replacement. Do you have any suggestions, doctor?" I suggested she try blueberry tea made from unsweetened dried berries. A fragrant cup brimming with natural antioxidants. The science behind it: when steeping tea from dried blueberries, anthocyanins and polyphenols infuse into the water, helping to reduce inflammation throughout the body, lower oxidative stress that contributes to aging in the skin and brain, support blood circulation, and protect heart health. A study published in Food Chemistry revealed that blueberry tea has an ORAC score, antioxidant capacity, twice as high as many popular herbal teas. Mary's transformation: after a month, Mary told me with a peaceful smile, "Now my afternoon cup of blueberry tea has become my favorite quiet moment. My skin looks brighter, and I'm sleeping more deeply too." The takeaway for you: you deserve moments of stillness, where each sip of tea is a small step toward better health. Tomorrow afternoon, brew yourself a cup of blueberry tea. Let its warmth be a gentle hug for your heart and mind. Do you ever crave a cool, refreshing dessert after a meal, but then worry about the sugar, fat, and the unwanted effects on your blood sugar? Susan, 71, once sighed and told me, "Doctor, I love ice cream, but every time I eat it, I feel bloated and my blood sugar spikes. I guess I have to give it up forever." I smiled and said, "You don't have to give it up completely. Try frozen blueberries instead, naturally sweet, delightfully cold like ice cream, and so much better for your health." The science behind it: frozen blueberries retain almost all their vitamin C and anthocyanins, 2 powerful antioxidants. Enjoying them after a meal can satisfy your sweet cravings without spiking blood sugar, support digestion with natural fiber, deliver a big dose of polyphenols to nourish your heart and skin. A study in the journal Listener and Annal of Food Science found that frozen blueberries preserve up to 90% of their antioxidant content compared to fresh berries. Through Susan's transformation, Susan began replacing her favorite ice cream with a bowl of frozen blueberries mixed with a bit of Greek yogurt. After just 3 weeks, she shared with delight, "Doctor, I no longer feel heavy after dinner. And my skin, I never imagined it could feel this smooth at my age." Fun Kong. The takeaway for you, tomorrow when you open your freezer, reach for a bowl of frozen blueberries. Let your body savor their gentle chill, and let your heart feel grateful for this sweet, healthy choice. Fascination. The running errands or heading to work. When out at work, I always end up grabbing something from the vending machine. I suggested to him, plan ahead. A small jar of unsweetened dried blueberries and mixed nuts can be your perfect travel companion. The science behind it. When you combine unsweetened dried blueberries with nuts like almonds, walnuts, and pumpkin seeds, healthy fats and protein from the nuts keep you full for longer. Polyphenols from blueberries protect your cells from oxidative stress. Omega-3s in walnuts support brain and heart health. A study in the British Journal of Nutrition found that eating one handful of nuts and berries daily reduced heart disease risk by up to 28%. David's transformation. David began carrying his own homemade snack jar, unsweetened dried blueberries, almonds, and flax seeds. A month later, he told me, "Doctor, I'm no longer tempted by the vending machine sweets, and my energy levels stay steady throughout the day." The takeaway for you, tomorrow prepare a small snack jar with exercise bonners so still kind of a nooner news, a tonable cards bon. Connected photo arise that cheese has wrong down his banster new benefits understand. The way they call 'em, it's seen das. The wrist is embrace issuing a new benefits. We're walking up to the journey and your new braces exercise. Which 120-second bonds that we're going to be testing. We're going to be seen das once cracked a station in your daughter because they're already wrist with seen ass and they're beginning with seen ass. Into them, younger sex and new braces for you, absolutely. Locks added for distance scream, walk to right blueberries, and your favorite nuts. You'll find yourself less prone to random hunger pangs and far less tempted by unhealthy fast food. Blueberries may be tiny, but they hold a powerful secret. Whether you eat them fresh, blend them into smoothies, sprinkle them on meals, or pack them as a snack, each way is a small step toward building a healthier you every single day. In addition to the suggestions above, we also need to consider 7 important tips when eating blueberries. Are you currently taking blood thinners to protect your heart? Have you ever thought that even a handful of blueberries, seemingly harmless, might interact with your medication? Margaret, 73, once looked at me with worried eyes and asked, "Doctor, I heard blueberries contain vitamin K. Could that affect my medication?" The answer is yes, if you're not mindful. The science behind it. Blueberries contain a small amount of vitamin K, a nutrient that helps blood clot normally. Warfarin works by reducing the effect of vitamin K, keeping your blood thinner to prevent dangerous clots. If you suddenly increase your vitamin K intake from blueberries, warfarin's effect can weaken, raising your risk of clots. On the other hand, if your vitamin K intake drops, warfarin may become too strong, increasing the risk of bleeding. Margaret's solution. Margaret loved blueberries but felt unstable after starting warfarin. I reassured her, "You don't have to give up blueberries. Just keep your daily intake consistent and inform your doctor." After consulting her physician, Margaret settled on eating 30 blueberries a day and had her INR, blood clotting index, monitored regularly. The result? Stable and safe. The takeaway for you, if you're on warfarin or similar blood thinners, talk to your doctor before adding blueberries to your diet. Stability matters more than quantity. Your body needs balance, not extremes. Did you know that blueberries, though tiny, actually contain a notable amount of potassium? Henry, 69, who has chronic kidney disease, once asked me, "Doctor, I heard blueberries are good for the heart, but with weak kidneys like mine, should I be eating them?" The science behind it. In people with kidney disease, the kidney's ability to filter potassium is reduced. Consuming too many potassium-rich foods, even blueberries, can lead to hyperkalemia, a condition where potassium builds up in the blood, potentially causing irregular heart rhythms and even life-threatening complications. 1 cup of blueberries, 150 grams, contains about 114 milligrams of potassium. Not extremely high, but when combined with other high-potassium foods, it can contribute to overload. Henry's solution. Henry loved blueberries. I advised him, "You can still enjoy them, but limit your intake to 10 to 15 berries per day and monitor your blood potassium levels regularly. 6 months later, Henry's potassium levels remained stable, and he continued to enjoy his little blueberry treats with peace of mind. The takeaway for you: if you have kidney disease, don't eliminate blueberries completely. Just enjoy them in moderation and check your potassium levels routinely. Health is about balance, not extremes. Are you battling those blood sugar numbers every single day? And have you heard that blueberries have a low glycemic index, making them a good choice for people with diabetes? David, 65, once asked me with a smile as he popped a handful of blueberries into his mouth, "Doctor, I read that blueberries are good for blood sugar, but do I still need to monitor closely?" My answer was yes, not because blueberries are dangerous, but because your body deserves mindful care. Blueberries have a glycemic index of about 53, much lower than many other fruits, which helps prevent sudden blood sugar spikes. In addition, anthocyanins in blueberries have been shown to improve insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, a root cause of many diabetes complications, protect small blood vessels, lowering the risk of retinal and kidney damage. However, if you suddenly increase your intake, for example, from 5 berries to 50 berries a day, your body might experience blood sugar fluctuations, especially if you're taking insulin or other glucose-lowering medications. David started with 20-30 blueberries per day and monitored his blood sugar with a personal glucose meter. 2 weeks later, he met me with a big smile. "Doctor, not only did my blood sugar stay steady, but my readings are actually more stable now. I feel less tired and my cravings for sweets have gone down." We agreed to maintain a reasonable serving size and pair blueberries with protein, like Greek yogurt, to minimize glucose swings. If you have diabetes, don't fear blueberries. Start with a small portion, monitor your blood sugar, and adjust gradually. Health isn't about harsh restrictions. It's about listening to your body and making smart, balanced choices. Have you ever felt an itchy mouth, throat, or noticed a rash after eating certain fruits? While blueberries are considered one of the least allergenic berries, for some sensitive individuals, they can still trigger unexpected reactions. Eleanor, 70, once called me in worry, "Doctor, I just ate a few blueberries, and now my mouth feels itchy, and I have a few red spots on my hands. Could I be allergic?" The answer? Possibly. And it's worth being cautious. Allergies to berries are rare but not impossible. The reactions are often caused by PR10 proteins and lipid transfer proteins, LTPs. These proteins are similar across many berries. Cross-reactivity. People allergic to birch pollen or other pollens may also react to blueberries due to structural similarities in plant proteins. Symptoms usually appear within a few minutes to 2 hours after eating and may include itchy mouth or throat, skin rash or hives in severe cases, rare, swollen lips, difficulty breathing, or even anaphylaxis. Eleanor's experience, I advised her, stop eating blueberries immediately and monitor your symptoms. If they're mild, you can try again with 1-2 berries after a week, but only under a doctor's supervision. When Eleanor tried again, she experienced no reaction. We concluded her initial response was a mild case of oral allergy syndrome, likely linked to pollen sensitivity. To be safe, she continued with small portions at 9 first to let her body adjust. The takeaway for you: if you have a history of berry allergies, strawberries, raspberries, etc., start with a very small serving of blueberries and watch how your body reacts. And if you experience severe symptoms, seek medical help immediately. Blueberries can be a wonderful friend to your health, but sometimes your body needs a little time and patience to welcome that friend. Do you or a loved one struggle with chewing or swallowing? Have you ever thought, "I guess I can't eat blueberries anymore"? Nancy, 74, after a minor stroke that weakened her jaw muscles, once sighed and told me, "Doctor, I miss the taste of fresh blueberries, but even chewing them now feels exhausting." I smiled and reassured her, "Nancy, don't worry. There are plenty of ways you can still savor the flavor of blueberries and get their full health benefits. No chewing required." Why chewing and swallowing can be difficult? Dysphagia. Stroke or Parkinson's disease can weaken swallowing muscles, Oral issues like tooth loss or ill-fitting dentures. Older adults often experience dry mouth and reduced saliva production. Eating whole blueberries may pose risks such as choking or gagging, irritation of the throat lining from their slippery skins. Safe and delicious alternatives. Smoothies blend blueberries with almond milk, banana, and chia seeds for a creamy, nutrient-packed drink. Compote gently cook blueberries with a touch of honey into a soft, easy-to-eat sauce. Puree blend until silky smooth and enjoy with Greek yogurt or oatmeal. I taught Nancy how to make a simple smoothie, blueberries plus almond milk, banana plus a dash of cinnamon. 3 weeks later, she called me, her voice full of joy. "Doctor, I feel like I'm young again. It's so easy to drink, my digestion has improved, and even my skin looks brighter." Don't let chewing or swallowing difficulties keep you from enjoying blueberries. Try smoothies, compotes, or purees. Each one is a delicious bridge. 20. Eating you closer to whole body wellness. Your health journey doesn't have to stop. It just needs a softer, gentler path. Have you ever opened a box of blueberries and noticed a few berries that were soft or smelled a little off? You might have thought, it's just a few bad ones. Surely the rest are fine. John, 68, once shared during a consultation, "Doctor, I hate wasting food. If there are only 1 or 2 moldy berries, I just toss those and eat the rest. Is that okay?" The answer? Not exactly. Sometimes that desire to save food could come at the cost of your health. Blueberries are high in water and natural sugars, a perfect environment for bacteria and mold to thrive if not stored properly. When blueberries grow moldy, certain fungi can produce mycotoxins, toxic compounds such as aflatoxins, which have been linked to liver damage, suppressed immunity, increased cancer risk from long-term exposure. Even if only a few berries are visibly moldy, the fungal filaments, mycelium, have already spread to nearby berries, invisible to the naked eye. I advised him, if you see signs of mold, it's safest to discard the entire box. Your health is far more valuable than a handful of berries. Since then, John changed his routine. He bought blueberries in smaller portions, stored them properly, and finished them within 3-4 days. The result? No more digestive issues that used to trouble him occasionally. Think of tossing a few bad berries as an act of love for your body. And remember, nature will always offer you a fresh, healthy batch of blueberries next time. Have you ever started your day with a handful of blueberries, thinking, "This is such a healthy start," only to feel queasy, nauseous, or a slight discomfort in your stomach minutes later? Helen, 71, shared with me, "Doctor, I love blueberries, but every time I eat them before breakfast, my stomach seems to protest." The answer is simple. A sensitive stomach needs a gentler approach. Blueberries have a mild tartness due to natural organic acids like citric acid and malic acid. For most people, this is beneficial and supports digestion. But for those with sensitive stomachs, especially individuals with a history of gastritis or ulcers, those prone to acid reflux or heartburn, older adults with thinner stomach linings, the acidity can trigger excess gastric acid production, leading to a burning sensation or dull pain in the upper abdomen, nausea or bloating. A study in Digestive Diseases Journal found that 15% of older adults reported mild reactions to acidic fruits when eaten on an empty stomach. I suggested to Helen, try eating blueberries after a light breakfast with oatmeal or Greek yogurt, or pair them with a banana to balance the acidity. 2 weeks later, she called me, excited. "Doctor, I can now enjoy blueberries without discomfort, and my mornings feel so much better." Your body sends subtle signals every day. If your stomach doesn't like blueberries first thing in the morning, don't blame this little purple gem. Just try changing the timing and watch it become a gentle ally for your digestion. Blueberries are nature's purple jewel, but to fully enjoy their benefits, you need to understand how and when to eat them and listen to your body's cues. You see, writing your health story doesn't require big dramatic changes. Sometimes it's as simple as a handful of blueberries each day, a mindful pairing of your foods, or a warm cup of tea in the afternoon. That's enough for your body to feel loved and cared for. Growing older isn't the end of vitality. It's the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter where you can live fuller, stronger, and more peacefully. And you're not alone on this journey. Health of Seniors is here to walk with you, step by step, choice by choice, moment by moment. One day you wake up feeling energized, your mind sharp, and your heart light with happiness. That's not a fantasy. It's the result of small, loving habits nurtured every single day. So if you found these insights helpful, hit the subscribe button on Health of Seniors now. Click the notification bell so you never miss a health tip. And share this video with your friends and loved ones. They deserve a vibrant, happy, and healthy life too. Because when you share knowledge, you're not just spreading love, you're planting seeds of health in the hearts that need it most. And always remember, health doesn't come from miracles. It comes from loving, thoughtful choices every day. And blueberries, the little purple gem, can be part of that journey for you.